Hi, Michael Anderson with Specialty Archery. In today's video we're going to go over a couple new scopes for 2021, the Versa2 and the Versa3. These have a lot of capabilities, a lot of different accessories. We're pretty excited about them. They're kind of different than any scope we've ever offered before. The Versa2 is similar to our traditional target size scopes. This accepts our 1.345 diameter lenses. It has a lot of different accessories which we'll go over later, but this takes a 1.345. This is probably going to be more popular for guys shooting target archery, whereas the Versa3 accepts our 1.750 diameter lenses. That's going to be probably more popular for people that are shooting 3D archery. Some of the accessories here are scope shades. There's a full shade and a half shade, which go on with, they're retained in place with the aluminum rings. We'll go over that later in the video. There's also a rheostat fiber optic pin. You can adjust the brightness up or down. These are available in 10, 20, and 30 thousandths. The fiber pin we see here, 10, 20, and 30 thousandths. A 007 pin, 10, 20, and 30 thousandths, which is more of a traditional setup. You screw the end of the 007 into here. It illuminates it like our traditional 007. New for 2021, we do have a UV cable, which is we'll go over some of the features of that, and a UV mount that's going to allow you to shine a UV light using the 007 onto a few different aiming configurations. Those are also available in a kit with the 007, the UV cable, and the half shade. We've got our scope decals for alignment at full draw when you're looking through the peep to keep your scope centered in the peep. And we've also got a blocker that provides some blocking and helps you focus on the target better. Now I'm going to go over installation of the lens into the scope housing. We have the Versa2 here, 1.345 diameter lens. Now with the scopes, you have the red aluminum lens clamp rings, and you also have these black plastic lens clamps. These are designed to keep the lens from rattling when the lens is in the scope housing. However, if you're using one of the accessories such as the full shade or the half shade, you will not need to use these. In that case, the accessory is going to act as the lens clamp. So the lens is installed like so. Clamp goes in like so, and then the red lens aluminum clamp clamps the entire assembly together like so. Important to note that if you're using some of the other accessories such as the full shade or the half shade like we see here, you will not need to use this clamp ring, as the shade is going to now take the place of the clamp ring. Another important point to note is that the accessories have small tabs on the outside in the 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and 12 o'clock positions that are going to go into small recesses in the scope body itself to keep them from rotating. So in this case, we put the lens in. We have a half shade here. We can see that the tabs are going to go into the recesses in the scope body, which now keep it from rotating. Like so. Then we replace the red clamp ring and tighten up the assembly. Now the shade will not rotate. The accessories, such as the rheostat fiber ring, are going to be held in place with the tabs, and the lens is retained inside the scope housing. We can also place another shade onto the back of the scope housing if we want to run the scope in that configuration. Like so. Lens is contained inside the scope. We have a full shade on the back, half shade on the front. Now how you use the Versa2 with the double vision is as follows. You place the positive lens in front just like you would normally, like so. Replace the lens or one of the shades if you're deciding to use one of those. You tighten up like so. That secures the positive lens. Now for the Versa2, you're going to want to use the 1.345 diameter double vision lens, which we see here. That's going to go in the back of the scope. The lens is held in place like so. The ring is screwed on like that. Now you have a double vision configured Versa2 scope. So now we're going to show you the installation of the rheostat fiber ring. Here we've got it already aligned into the tabs on the back of the scope. One important thing to note is that you need to remove the light cover before putting the red aluminum clamp ring on. So here we've got the rheostat section with the fiber already inserted into the scope housing. Next we place the red aluminum ring onto the back of it like so. And finally, the last step is to replace the rheostat section. So now we can adjust the amount of light by screwing the cover open to expose more fiber and make the pin brighter, or cover it up to make the pin darker, depending upon target presentation. Another accessory for the Versa2 and Versa3 scopes is the scope blocker. Some people like to have some sort of shade or block on the side of the scope to help them focus on the target. So this will actually affix to either the Versa2 or the Versa3. There's one for the Versa2, a different size for the Versa3, and they just snap onto the side of the scope. There's a small peg that fits into the hole on the side of the scope, like so. Just like that. As mentioned, the Versa2 is also compatible with our 007. Now, new for 2021 are some UV configurations. We do, however, have the original 007 configuration, as you see here, with the multiple colors and the fiber optic pin. So that's the traditional method. You can see the other ones have the UV half shade set up to where you can either illuminate an adhesive dot like so, a short section with a glow pin that has a short section of fiber in conjunction with the fiber pin. Well, this last one has a drilled lens with a piece of fiber in it. These are all UV setups, and this is a traditional 007 setup. This has been Michael Anderson with Specialty Archery, going over our Versa2 and Versa3 scopes. Be sure to click on the like, share, and subscribe button. Thank you.